Hi there, it's Olga and it's the day 12 of the holiday tutorial series. Today we'll be making an advent calendar card. For the card base, I'll be using one of the craft resist papers by Team Holtz. So I'm going first to cut it in half and then score it in half. And this will create a 6x6 card base. As always, I will have all the supplies listed in the description as well as on my blog. I'll be using this patterned paper sheet that looks like a light craft paper. It has a very subtle pattern, and I'm going to use the largest die from old paper die set by Gummiapan. I have sent it through the die cutting machine, and this creates a panel that I'm going to do all the stamping on. I'm placing it inside the stamping platform, and the first stamp I'm going to use is this coffee cup. It's by Team Holtz. I'm placing it where I want it to be on my card, catching it up with a lid, and then I'm applying some ink onto it. The ink I'm using is Espresso Truffle by Memento. This is actually a very dark brown. Then I'm taking a baby wipe and I'm going to clean the ink off the certain areas of the stamp. I need the inside of this logo circle to be clean, and I'm also cleaning off everything that is above the cup. And then I can stamp the image. I'm placing a mask that I have created out of a sticky note over the image, and now I'm going to use the second stamp, which is this Santa's hat by Gummiapan. I have placed it so that the Santa is peeking from behind the cup, and I'm using the same dark brown ink for stamping. The next stamp I'm going to use is this pine cone. It's also by Gummiapan. Notice that those stamps come unmounted, so I had to use as mount to turn them into cling stamps. I have used the matching die to create a mask for this pine cone. I'm placing it over the image to be able to stamp another pine cone that is going to be behind this first one. Next, I'm going to mask this second pine cone as well as the cup again. Now I'm going to use this very large brushstroke stamp to create a surface. This way my coffee cup and pine cones will not be floating in the air. If some of the areas are not quite stamped through, I can repeat this process as many times as I need to. Now I'm going to mask off the Santa image too, and I'm going to add some shading. It's very easy to do. I'm just going from the mask onto the surface with Walnut Stain Distress ink, and this will create a very soft shading around the images. When I'm done with the shading, I can remove all the masks. Then I have decided to add a little bit more shading. You can see I am figuring it out as I go. I'm going to use this logo circle on the sleeve to stamp another pine cone. It's actually the same image, but much smaller. The scene is nearly complete, and now I can add a sentiment. I'll be using this alphabet stamp set by Team Holtz to spell the word joy. At this point you can leave this card as it is, but I have decided to take it one step further and add some hand-drawn details. I'm drawing this very simple shape over the cup, and it's going to be his hands in mittens, and then I'm going to draw a couple of shoes. This is a cartoon character, so you don't have to worry about proportions too much. You can actually make the hands and feet a little bit smaller or bigger or even much bigger, and it will still be okay. So now I'm using fired brick distress marker to color his hat and mittens, and I'm using worn lipstick for his nose. And I'm coloring the shoes with the ground espresso distress marker. I'm going to use the fine tip of the marker to create some shading on the mittens. It is actually some dash lines. They will also help to conceal the cup outline that is showing through. I'm also going to add similar dash lines on his head to create the same type of shading. The rest of the coloring is very simple. I'm going to use tea dye to color the sleeve, and for the cup I'll be using antique linen. Then, with the help of the ruler, I'm going to draw some vertical lines, as if he's jumping onto the cup. I will color his beard with a white marker for a bit more contrast. Then I am going all over the edges of the panel with the ground espresso distress ink. Now I'd like to show you how I'm going to turn this card into an advent calendar. I am opening up a card and I'm going to stamp sending warm Christmas wishes sentiment at the top of the card. This time I'll be using the black ink. I'll be using a scrap piece of cardstock and a small circle punch. It's 5/8 of an inch actually, and I have created this little disposable stencil. And now I'm going to draw 25 circles with it. Then I'm going to write a little wish inside each circle. It's the words like health, wealth, peace, love and joy, and all the nice things you can think of. And by the way, small images will do just as fine. I happen to have this stamp set by BoBunny, and it's all about being crafty, and also it's about the food, and it's perfect for holidays, I think. Here I have some stickers. They are the scratch here type of stickers. So I'm going to place them over my images, and then you can scrape them off with a coin. I will be combining the hard stickers with the plain circle ones, just for a little bit more interest. When I have all the stickers attached, I'm going to use an alcohol marker to write down all the numbers or dates from 1 to 25. Then I'm going to write a kind of guide in the corner so that the recipient will know what to do with this card. And I'm writing scratch off one number daily. When I'm done with the inside of the card, I can finally attach my panel on top of the card base. I'm using a piece of black mounting foam and some liquid adhesive, but tape adhesive will do just as fine. This little advent calendar is totally flat and mailable in an envelope. You will need a 6x6 envelope, and I have decided to make my own one out of patterned paper using my envelope punch board by Via Memory Keepers. To embellish the envelope, I'll be using the same center image that I have die cut using the matching die, and this is the smallest die from old paper die set, the same I made the panel with. So I'm sticking both images onto my envelope, and I'm going to write the address onto that square piece. And you see how the card fits inside. And that finishes my project for today. Thank you for watching this tutorial till the end. Please check out those other Day 12 videos from the previous years. Have a wonderful day. I hope to see you again really soon.